What if you woke up tomorrow and you wake up in a different dimension, but like you don't realize that until you realize that the only difference is people don't eat food; they just shove like nutrient pellets in their butt. Did I not tell you guys I wrote a Black Mirror episode?
Hello and welcome to Good Enough. I am Sam, joined as always by Matt.
Hello.
And Robbie.
Hello.
Oh, you all right?
Yes.
Okay.
I am in broadcast mode.
Robbie got
He immediately peaked. Literally, the first word he said, the peak light popped up.
Oh my god.
I can't.
We spent like 10 minutes making sure the levels were okay. Thanks, Robbie.
No problem.
Guys, I have a question. I have a worry, I guess.
I have an update on the Ready Player One front.
Oh god. What?
My dad watched it.
Have we not yelled at you enough for bringing this up?
My dad watched it and he liked it.
That just means he's not your dad anymore, right?
It made me really sad.
He's all dead. I need you to sign these papers.
I woke up the other day and I heard like some like action movie sounds, like just generic action movie sounds. I was like, what is that? My dad was watching in the other room. And then I heard Artemis, and I was like, "Oh no!"
Oh my god!
Did you walk in and your dad was like crying as they were like dancing together?
And then he asked me, he was like, "Did you like it?" And I was like, "No, not at all."
Did you ask him if he liked it?
Oh yeah, he liked it.
Did he call you a trash noob and just spit in your face?
My concern is that like.
Okay. I know the infamous Sports Center sound bites come on, and usually that means we go into sports talk.
Yeah.
But today I think we'll just stay on topic.
Okay,
and
yeah.
talk about Ready Player One.
No, my concern is, guys, do I want to see Bumblebee?
I do.
Do I want to see Bumblebee?
I don't.
I've been told it's the best Transformers movie.
I was looking at it on Rotten Tomatoes, sitting at a solid 93%.
Yeah, the fact that it's almost the same as a movie we're going to talk about later in the episode, Spider-Verse, which I love that movie.
Rating
I feel like I have to see it.
Oh, it's like I thought you were trying to make the connection between Bumblebee and Spider-Man.
Are Transformers part of the Marvel universe?
I mean, that one, Penny Parker controlled a robot.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
controlled by a spider.
Well, she has a psychic link with a spider.
Yeah.
No. Why do I want to see Bumblebee?
Because I feel like I didn't care about it at first. Like I didn't even pay attention.
I need you to
trailers.
hold my hand through this. I don't know what I'm feeling.
I mean, I feel
like this one feels more like a. This is gonna sound like a like an 80s like coming of age film that just happens to have Transformers in it, more than just a shoot 'em up, blow 'em up explosion Michael Bay movie.
So it sounds like that's what they were going for,
right?
Like a coming of age story.
Yeah, but to say this is the best Transformers movie is like, look over there, like that's one shiny turd.
That bar is real low.
Like it's like if you were standing in front of 6 turds, and then around the corner someone was like, "Dude, there's like a super shiny one over there." I mean, like, yeah, I'll probably go look at it, but I don't. It's not like not something that I'm like, "Oh my god, finally they're bringing Transformers back to its glory."
I would argue that the first Transformers movie is like I think it's a legitimately fun.
It's
good
fine.
movie.
It's a fine movie.
I went back and watched it not long ago over the holidays, and it's not good. It's not great.
The first one?
Yeah. I remember really liking the first one a lot, but like watching it now, I didn't care for it. I don't know, that sense of humor I feel like has not aged well. Plus like the sound effects, I don't know. It's weird to me, like they're which. Oh.
Well, that sounded like a hot tub struggling to start bubbling.
Yeah, that's what Optimus Prime sounds like.
I guess, I mean, it's kind of nitpicky to nitpick the sound effects, but there were a lot of scenes in that movie where the sound effects were overwhelming, the dialogue and stuff.
It's a Michael Bay movie.
Yeah, and I was just like, I can't hear what's happening. Can you be a little clearer? But so we're talking about movies that have been universally panned by critics, Robbie, but 92% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's
Bumblebee has.
the one thing that I saw the first trailer for, the one thing that I've only been excited about is the fact that it's the same director as Kubo and the Two Strings.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because that movie was fantastic.
Right. So like that makes me think that okay, at least it's going to have good directing. I'm going to see it.
I'm not saying I won't see it, but I'm not going to go see it in theaters.
No, I'll wait.
I don't see any reason to do that.
Right. By comparison, the first Transformers movie on Rotten Tomatoes is at 57%.
But look at the audience score.
I'll wait till it's on FX.
FX.
The Transformers movies are constantly on FX.
Their tagline is FX. We have the Transformers movie.
We have the Transformers.
They also show all of the Fast and the Furious movies.
They do. I've watched
So,
Fast and Furious movies on there constantly.
Why don't I watch more FX?
FX. Well, I don't because I don't have TV.
Yeah,
FX
I mean,
is
neither
also,
do we, I
FX
guess.
is also where It's Always Sunny. FX is a really good channel.
We've been watching It's Always Sunny. Boy,
It's a good show.
that's a show right there. So
I'm
you were
excited
talking about the user score for Transformers, the first one, 85%, which is respectable.
Yeah.
It's still less than the critical score for Bumblebee.
Right.
What is happening?
But it's higher than the audience score for Bumblebee.
Maybe they realized like maybe
What is this movie?
Maybe Hollywood realized like, oh, Michael Bay doesn't have to direct every fucking or have to be a part of every Transformer
And they realize,
movie.
oh, Michael Bay is a garbage director.
I know, and it looks like he was.
I love Armageddon.
Oh, I can't stand. I can't.
I mean,
stand
I
Armageddon.
challenge either of you to tell me what's wrong with either of the bad boys.
I forgot he directed those.
So
Oh man,
I'm not going to talk shit on him. Matt can all he wants.
I forgot that he directed.
How dare
those.
you.
I forgot. I love those movies. I forgot he directed.
Let
them.
Matt be ousted from Hollywood, not me.
Okay, but I love Armageddon. It holds a very special place in my heart.
Armageddon gets really good.
The only reason
like,
I love
halfway
Armageddon is
through.
because wait, no, Earth doesn't get destroyed, right?
No.
The only reason I like
Armageddon
Armageddon is because Bruce Willis dies.
Wow. I watched it when I was very little. I think I was like 7.
Go back and watch the first.
Oh no, I know it's not a good movie.
No, I know, but like it gets more tolerable when they get into space.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Everything that takes place on Earth, I just can't handle.
Oh, I love Steve Buscemi.
The
Yeah, but he gets so much better in space.
yeah, he turns into a.
No, he doesn't. He blows up the whole planet in space. Whole planet.
Yeah.
You're really fixated on the Earth getting destroyed.
Thanos, baby. He's the original Thanos. Steve Buscemi.
If we're talking Thanos, like less than half of the crew makes it back, right?
Only like 4 people live.
Ben
Wait,
Affleck and
Does that mean the snap occurred during Armageddon?
Oh my god.
oh, here we are.
No, I mean we watched them die. They didn't go into dust.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
True, but
Burned into dust.
yeah, but you're forgetting about the scene where they stumbled across the time stone,
Oh yeah.
so they can easily turn that back.
Man, shut up. Oh, yeah. You fucking psychopath.
Sorry, I'm trying to go along with a goof.
Guys, Spider-Verse, it good.
You're real good.
Yeah.
I mean, this movie I feel like kind of came out of nowhere. I know it was in works for several years, but like I don't know, there wasn't much fanfare until like
until it was the best part of Venom. Like nobody
Yeah.
nobody gave it much mind.
and Venom like raked in the money in the
Yeah.
theaters.
That was the first time I saw the trailer for it. Was for Venom before Venom.
After post credits.
Yeah.
After the Woody Harrelson.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
I keep thinking about that every once in a while.
Stop it. Let's not.
I'll imagine Woody Harrelson in that wig. And
So do I every now and
Looking
then.
like Sideshow Bob.
It's menacing the Sideshow Bob.
maybe is this the same universe as The Simpsons? What if we?
I didn't pay attention to the character called Sideshow Mel, but now I'm thinking that it might have something to do.
It was Yeah, it was. I didn't really know much about it before that trailer.
Like I had seen stuff before Venom and stuff, but like I wasn't like, oh, this looks like it's going to be the greatest animated movie of the year.
Yeah.
It's best Spider-Man story ever told.
My favorite. It might be my. I think it's my favorite movie of the year.
You know what? It made me feel like what I feel when I read a comic book, which is freaking crazy because like the movements and stuff, like Spider-Man's movements and like the visuals of him like web slinging, or when Miles is that free fall at the end, like all of that stuff. Like I remember while watching it, I was like, this is like when I read the comic books, but then I was like, wait, no, it's not, because all of this is moving and that shit only moves in my head.
They
when
did that on purpose. They shot. I was reading about it. They shot it in 2 frames per second, so it's choppy. Like you're seeing like every movement.
Yeah, and
to make it look like it's like a moving comic book.
And that in the beginning of the movie, that badge from the comics, whatever, you remember it's certified by the comic books.
Yeah.
Whatever, like that was a legitimate certification. It was something that they intended and wanted to do for the movie to make it like as much of a comic book as possible, which they did. It was incredible, dude. One of the funniest parts for me was when they were going through the lab and they were like running out through the break room, and they grab that bagel and then they throw the bagel at the guy, and then like when it hits the dude like on the, like it just says bagel.
That was the onomatopoeia.
Yeah, I was like, that's hilarious. And like it was the animation was incredible.
I've never seen anything like this before.
Sony's trying to trademark it, or like
the animation style.
The animation style,
as rightly they should. It's fucking incredible,
and it plays so. Oh man, it just looked great.
And then when later on, when the other 4 Spider people show up, like they've all got their own like distinct animation style. It's bonkers.
Yeah.
And it all looks so good together.
And it was all hilarious. Like when they were in the basement and Nicolas Cage, the Spider-Man Noir's right there, and like Spider-Man's like, wait, how's this cape blowing in the wind? We're in a basement.
Like I make my own wind.
I make my own. Yeah.
No, he said something like even crazy, like the winds of justice always blow, or like in my direction or something.
And when he finds the Rubik's Cube and he's like puzzled by it, it's like there's no color in his world. He's all, so you're saying this is purple?
It was goofy. It was heartwarming. It was sad. Like,
it was like
legitimately sad.
everything.
Miles Morales is now my favorite like Spider-Man character from the movie. It's like it's hands down like my favorite Spider-Man movie of all time.
Oh yeah.
His origin story, they put him through the ringer, dude.
Yeah. In a very short amount of time.
Yeah. And what I love about, so this clearly doesn't take place in like Earth 616, right?
That's like a lot of,
which is the standard Marvel universe.
Oh no, not 616. I think they were saying whatever the Ultimate Universe is, but then people were saying like, but the Ultimate Universe was destroyed in the comics, and that's how Miles was like ripped out and brought into 616. So like, I don't know. Everyone, as far as like sequels go and stuff, like everyone's like thinking huge now. It's like another like Ultimate Universe explodes and he has to go into a different universe to survive.
So have they already confirmed a sequel?
I mean, I feel like
there's no way they can.
I feel like it's all but confirmed. Like
right, and I agree, but it's like where do they go? This movie already involved
6 parallel universes,
different dimensions. Like, what's the scale? Like, where do they go from there?
Yeah,
I know. Like,
although I would totally be down for like a Genki Miles like buddy adventure. You know what I'm saying? Like bring it back down. Like I think they could.
Like like narrow the scope.
Yeah,
and
just bring it back down a little bit.
Just do like a regular like personal
not
story.
a universe saving story.
Yeah, which is funny because that's where franchises usually wind up.
Yeah,
but then again, like there's no way you don't bring back 40-year-old Peter Parker. Like just because he was,
I loved him.
Like that might be that's probably not the oldest I've seen or
dad bod Spider-Man.
Seen him in a comic.
Who was playing him? I was like, this is kind of weird for Peter Parker.
I felt like it.
But then I was like, he killed it. Oh, all the voice acting was good, and there were some heavy hitters in this movie,
like all over it.
Yeah, Freaking Mahershala Ali was in it.
John Mulaney.
John, that was
Spider Ham.
Do pigs talk? In
Do
this
animals
universe?
talk in this universe? Yeah, I don't know. It's the movie starts real personal with Miles, and then like grows to it was a crazy balance to me because like it grew to encompass 6 different dimensions, but it still felt super personal with Miles.
Oh, my favorite scene in the movie is when his dad is standing outside of his door
all
when he's
webbed
tied
up.
when he's webbed up.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. They were just they made you feel like every emotion in this movie. And I also loved trying to figure out how Kingpin got in and out of his limo.
dude, like,
Kingpin's design cracked me up. Like he was
sorry, go ahead.
no, he was just like a big
He's a wall with a head on it.
yeah, with like, but it's like in the middle of his body. It's like he doesn't have a neck.
He must
That
have
is-
terrible back problems.
That is like super funny because like it's like one frame it's the car, the next frame he's
He's
standing,
out of the car.
he's just standing next to it like as big and wide as the car itself.
So is this the ultimate universe then? Because
I mean, all the characters that started in there look like the Green Goblin is a fucking giant monster goblin, like he is in the Ultimate Universe. Kingpin is a big square.
he has his body had corners.
What's his face? Prowler's costume and like so it looked
Doc Ock and
yeah
and Scorpion.
so it looked yeah. So it looked definitely like they were in
this-
the Ultimates
Is
universe.
this the first like female Doc Ock, or have there?
I mean, in the comics history,
Yeah.
like she was. Because
That was a really cool reveal.
yeah, and that's why the Ultimates universe is so like ripe for film because we as a society outside of the comics we've got these expectations for what Spider-Man is thanks to the games and the movies and the cartoons and stuff. This movie turned all those expectations on their head because Doc Ock is not who you thought she was.
Yeah.
Or Scorpion isn't who you were used to seeing.
What a cool! We got the best Spider-Man video game of all time and the best Spider-Man movie of all time.
From the same people.
Yeah, Sony. It's like a bonkers year for Spider-Man plus Infinity War where
And all, in the year that Stan Lee passed.
Wait a minute. I was going to say, we also saw Spider-Man disappear this year.
Oh no!
Which, like I said, because I actually rewatched Infinity War last night too. But, like, they didn't have to do him like that. Like, he did.
Like literally
Why-
everyone
how
who goes
come-
away before him
Yeah.
just disappears.
how come it took him so long to disappear?
Everyone disappeared, like, while thinking, like, oh, fuck. Like, Spider-Man got to cry. Like, why?
He had like 15 seconds of going.
he had
through
to
it.
watch everyone
and
else
he
and
felt
then-
it.
yeah.
he felt
It's his,
something.
it's his spider sense.
Oh yeah,
That's what...
he sensed his body disappearing.
It's like, okay, so the third visual representation of his spider sense ever on screen, and it's him fucking being told he's gonna die.
One is just his like hair on his
Yeah.
arm standing up, and the next one is he's dying.
Yeah, it's in Civil War when he like perceived that thing
coming through the
was
building,
throwing at him, and then his hair, and then his death,
and then his die.
then his died.
And then his die.
Dude, why did it affect me every time like the Spider-Mans were looking at each other and their spider senses were going off and they were like,
that moment when
"You're
they're-
like
when they're in
me."
the, when they're in
Yeah.
the basement. That was so cool.
even when like all 6 of them were like,
Yeah.
hey, I was like, oh, it's like a little family.
Yeah.
Like
Aunt May, she's fucking awesome in this
Yeah.
movie.
Again.
she's like
When she kicked,
She-
she's like, I said outside.
she was like the like Alfred
yeah, I
kind
was
of.
just gonna say that. I mean, kinda, exactly. Like she had access to the spider cave,
And then like she
Dude.
goes, "Oh, I figured you would turn up here
the
when."
spider mobile. Like,
this Peter Parker in that world, the one that died, was really cool. Like with MJ
he
and
was-
him and
Well, the thing, yeah, in Miles' world, the Peter Parker
Peter Parker Miles.
but he was like the quintessential Peter, like superhero. He was like flawless and perfect.
Yeah,
and
everyone loved him.
yeah, and
and he was,
which is the origin of Miles Morales in the Ultimate comic.
dude, like the death of Spider-Man leading into Miles Morales is, man, those are some of the best like that's like the best arcs I've read in like
Right.
I remember reading in the Ultimates universe.
And it's such a clever plot device because the death of that Spider-Man leaves a giant hole to be filled
Yeah.
by some unexperienced 15-year-old kid who has no idea how to be a superhero. His origin story is so cool just because he's not super smart. I mean, he's smart, but he's not like Peter Parker level genius. And he doesn't have any like training for like fighting and stuff. That scene in the sewers with his Uncle Aaron where they're
spray painting.
oh my god, that might be my favorite scene in the movie.
It was really cool.
Because it like the bond between him and his Uncle Aaron was like so well made and well done that when you find out he's the Prowler, you're like, oh fuck, and then he immediately dies.
Yeah. Like damn.
So like the ringer that Miles has put through is incredible.
Oh yeah, I mean and then all of that, like coupled with the fact that he can't tell his parents, who he's like clearly like super close with, and like,
he feels
they have
so bad for his dad. I felt so bad
Yeah,
for his dad
yeah.
the entire time. So at the end, like there's no way his dad doesn't know he's Spider-Man at the end, right?
I don't know
Because he gave him a hug and he walked away and said, "I love you."
I loved the dad's reaction. He's like,
"What?"
But I don't. I think like that was supposed to be like for
Just-
the audience, like
Yeah.
To be funny.
But I don't think like if we go into a sequel or whatever, I don't think he'll know. But then you know what? Another thing I really liked about the Miles Morales is when he first came out, it's like it wasn't a secret to everybody, and like having the core group that knew like added a lot to like what could have been like tread over stories of Spider-Man, you know. So I liked this movie.
What was
a
your
lot.
favorite scene? The bagel scene?
When Miles is running to be with all the other Spider-Men to fight after he like became
The montage of him
Yeah.
like
becoming
that,
Spider-Man?
that free fall
Yeah.
and like the
When
inverted
when
camera,
the camera turns.
like
I cannot get over the
I-
art style in this movie, the animation style.
I don't think I've ever seen anything as cool as just cool.
Yeah.
Like, that
I want to go
looks-
see it again.
I have to.
I
see
can't wait to buy it.
when he's in the basement, whatever, all the dimensions are coming, like combining with each other, and he's going through those buildings, like when he's like going through like that skinny narrow window, and like he's just like backs up to it, and it's at his face, like that is like if like when I was seeing that all those visuals of the fights and stuff, I was like, this is why, like. I didn't know why for anything, but I was like, this is why. Like,
Yeah.
that's all I was saying to myself.
And I loved like the way that they like Miles was trying to get a hold of his powers, like turning invisible and using his like electricity powers.
Venom shock.
And it got to the point where like, and they struck this balance perfectly. You got to the point where you're, as a viewer, frustrated, like, come on, just like get the hang of your powers. That when he finally does, it's so cathartic, and you're like, there it is.
Yeah.
it just felt so good. That's why that montage was
Dude,
so.
and again, like I don't know why it affected me so much, but when Miles is like, it was my uncle when he was like he died, and then all the other Spider-Men were around him.
What
saying,
their
like,
origin was.
and like Miles tells them like, you don't understand, and like they're like, we're the only ones who can understand.
Yeah, you don't understand. He's like, we're probably the only ones who do.
Yeah, and like they were saying like, yeah.
It's also kind of sad because
I mean, but real quick, even in that moment when they were saying like, oh yeah, in my universe it was my Uncle Ben. And Spider-Man, yeah, in mine it was my Uncle Benjamin.
Spider-Man Noir. Like, yeah, okay, so it's not that different.
Yeah,
What did Spider Ham say?
Oh, I don't remember what he said.
yeah, I don't remember.
Because I don't remember this Mecha Spider Man.
Penny Parker.
It was her dad, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Gwen was Peter. What was Spider Ham? What was his
I
sad
don't
origin
remember.
story?
I don't remember.
When they're saying their goodbyes, And Spider-Ham, he gives him a hammer. He goes, here, I want you to have this hammer. It'll fit in your pocket. I loved all like the cartoon jokes and
So
like
I
the
saw
sound effects when he ran around and stuff.
Yeah,
When he says that's all, folks, he's like, wait, can we use that?
like legally. When I saw it, I went with my mom, and she didn't say it, but I really think Peter Porker was her favorite because, like, when he drops the anvil on,
Oh my
when he
god!
drops the anvil, like, I'm pretty sure I heard my mom like out loud laugh. Like,
Oh man!
I love the post-credit scene.
Oh my god!
Total fan
It's
service.
fucking meta. Like
but it's so good.
it was the
And
post
that
credit.
was that was Oscar Isaac.
The post credit scene to me is insane because one, it teased Spider-Man 2099. Not teased him. He was a character. He was the
fully, yeah.
character, and he was voiced by Oscar Isaac. So like that hints that this universe is
very-
about to get bigger.
Yeah.
But then they went straight from that to
fucking meme.
they
meme.
referenced the meme. Where the Spider-Man pointing at himself.
Hey, who are you? Hey, I asked you first.
Stop pointing at me. What the fuck?
So you're literally pointing at me while telling me you're not pointing.
That was total fan service, and I love it.
That would never happen in like a
Marvel
Marvel movie or like a big AAA, like from a big AAA.
Nor would it work.
Yeah, I was just.
It would not work.
I
Yeah.
was just gonna say
If Marvel
because-
did that at the end, I'd be like, oh, shut up.
Yeah, and if
Stupid.
anyone did-
Only in this universe
Yeah.
would
No.
that joke have worked.
Marvel has done it
Have they?
with Captain America at the end of Homecoming. He's like, you ever think like, oh, you're sitting here doing something for nothing, and then blah blah blah.
Oh.
You don't get what you want. You
Yep,
don't
yep.
remember, you don't remember
I
that?
remember that.
He's all and it was just like him referencing post credit scenes in Marvel movies.
And then it just cuts.
You remember in Spider-Man: Homecoming how
I remember.
Captain America
it was
was
like a part of the
Yeah,
film.
yeah.
The
He was like the video.
yeah. It's that, and he was like, patience. He's talking about like patience, and then like.
But I mean,
not-
like to reference a meme.
no, yeah, no,
Like if
no.
Marvel referenced a meme in their post credit, I was like, shut up. But like for some reason, it works in this.
and this is the only like universe that it makes sense story wise for that to happen. Oh man, I was looking at other movies that Sony Pictures Animation has done, and guys, it feels like to me Spider-Man is the outlier.
It just blasted out of nowhere.
It is
they
the
have.
outlier because I'm looking at their other movies.
I'm trying to think, and
Yeah,
I
I
can't
can't.
even.
So I mean, you'll recognize most of these.
I'm sure I will, but I can't even.
like Hotel Transylvania,
oh, okay.
the Smurfs.
Oof.
They did Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, which is
Okay.
a funny
That's
movie,
a
good
That's
movie.
a good movie.
But then they also did like Goosebumps. Now here's the one that like I was very upset to learn about the Emoji Movie.
Oh no!
So
I
this
was
is the
just-
same studio.
I was just
And
gonna
that came
say.
out last year, didn't it?
I was
Yes.
just gonna say that they're virgining animation studio because all of those. What Claudia the Chance of Meatballs has to be the oldest one, right?
Open Season. I don't know what that is.
Oh, the one with
Ashton,
the bear
Ashton Kutcher and
Eddie Murphy. No,
Chris
Martin
Rock?
Lawrence.
Martin Lawrence.
I don't know that
It's
movie.
about a bear and a deer that become friends.
And then the second
I'll
one is
defend that
I like
movie.
I like that movie.
I'll defend it.
I've
Yeah.
not seen it. I've never even heard
not like
of it.
it's not like the heartwarmingest story you've ever heard, but the cast kind
Oh,
of.
and have you guys seen Surf's Up? But the penguin who likes
that
to
the Shia LaBeouf? Yeah, I've
That's
seen
a
that one.
clever movie.
Penguin who likes to surf.
But like just like
When Shia LaBeouf was that penguin that likes to surf.
yeah.
It's shot like a documentary. Shot.
Well, I mean, I guess
Shia.
it's a CGI movie, but like I don't know, all these movies, the
They
Smurfs,
really started off strong and then it kind of went downhill.
Hotel Transylvania, the Emoji Movie is.
I mean,
is the,
say what you will about the Hotel Transylvania movies.
I
They
never-
make
Oh, yeah.
bank.
I've never
that's why there's three of them.
Yeah. I've
heard
My
the
niece and
first
nephew go fucking head over heels for those movies.
My mom likes
I've heard
them.
the first one's a really good movie.
I've not seen it.
I've never
I've
seen
only
any of them.
seen 2 and 3 because of my niece and nephew.
How are you?
And then-
You didn't see the origin?
Yeah, dude. How do you even enjoy them?
Oh, that's a good point. Sorry. But then like Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
So
Like by far, like
are they? So does Sony Animation? Is this like sort of like where they can be more experimental?
I think so.
Like, where do they go from here? There's no way they don't do a second Spider-Verse.
No.
I feel like they just have to focus on this now. Like, focus on Spider-Verse.
But like, I think the success of Spider-Verse, although I
Does
don't
it
know,
give them another Emoji Movie?
I don't know how.
Who knows what's already in the works?
Yeah. I don't know how successful Spider-Man has been.
Because,
Do they have upcoming titles?
what do you mean?
They do have upcoming titles. Well, have you guys read about like how much money Spider-Verse has made or anything?
Oh, no, but I can't imagine it's doing bad. The word of mouth on it is fucking incredible.
So the gross.
We saw, me and my mom saw it almost a month out, and it was sold out for 4 of the 5 showings. So
I'm looking at the gross numbers here. It's made $149 million so far.
I mean, that's great, right?
It's decent, but I'm looking at the numbers.
You can't.
But like, listen to the other numbers from Sony Animation because Hotel Transylvania.
Hotel Transylvania. I feel like
The third one,
smoosh that.
yeah, $527 million, $500 million for Hotel Transylvania 3. Peter Rabbit, which is a movie that came out earlier this year, $351 million.
But you have to look at it.
The Emoji Movie made $217 million.
You look at those are movies that are completely
Children.
catered to children.
Why wouldn't Spider-Man be though?
But it's not completely.
Because it's not completely catered to children, and you're also not.
Although it
you're
is.
also not getting the
It is. It's Spider-Man, so it is.
But not like Hotel Transylvania. Where
No, exactly.
But you're also not getting. Like my parents, they didn't want to go see it with me because they see animated and they're like, I don't want to see it. They're gonna see it now because I've convinced them to. But you're gonna get those people who just see animated movie and don't want to go see it.
My mom, it only took her the critical acclaim it was getting and the stuff she was reading on Reddit about it to make her like, oh, I'll check it out, because otherwise she disregards stuff like that.
Yeah.
And to be fair, Spider-Verse released like earlier this month, mid December. So 149 and half a month
that's
isn't a
great.
bad number.
Yeah. And like I'd even say like even the Emoji Movie would have more heat going in just because kids know what emojis are. That's all kids.
I watched the Emoji Movie with my niece because she liked it,
Exactly.
and like, guys, I've never been like more physically angry at a film before. We'll have to talk about it some other time.
More than Ready Player One.
Boy, it's close. It's close. I had like a severe physical reaction to the Emoji Movie, but like looking at Sony Animation's upcoming movies, there's something called Wish Dragon that's coming out mid next year. Mm-hmm. There's Peter Rabbit 2, and then something called Vivo. I don't know what that means.
That is a music video. They could just create music videos.
So those are things with release dates. Films in development. There is a Spider-Man sequel, Into the Spider-Verse sequel.
Yeah.
That's in development.
There has to be.
Hey, Bear. Hey, Bear.
Hey, Bear.
Shush.
I forgot that Sony owned Spider-Man before they sold it back to Marvel. Mm-hmm. It's like they're responsible for the worst Spider-Man movie ever made, and now the best.
Which?
In my opinion, Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh yeah, it's garbage.
I think it's worse than 3. I do.
I'd rather
100% do.
watch Spider-Man 3 than Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I read you guys because I looked up box office for Spider-Man and an Aquaman article came up.
Sure.
Can I read you guys the headline? Mm-hmm. Aquaman surfs past 500 million overseas, swells to 666 million through Friday.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty good.
Swells. It's 100 million more.
That's a pretty good headline. Listen, I do a lot of writing, and let me tell you, being able to squeeze in those jokes in a headline feels great. I bet whoever wrote that feels fantastic that it got published. So good for them. Good for them.
He's all Aquaman.
Aquaman.
Not floundering.
All right, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we are going to talk about our next edition of Game Club. Are you guys excited?
Bonk. No, we weren't going to add sound effects yet.
No, I mean I made a new song.
Okay.
So I'll squeeze that in. But no sound
What was
effects.
that sound effect though?
The bonk.
Oh,
All right, let's take a quick break. More good enough after this. Hello and welcome back to Good Enough. I don't know why I said it like that.
Oh my god.
Guys.
Oh, we're not gonna start over.
Oh, no. We're in this now. We're all in this together. Hold my hands.
No.
Okay. Do you guys want to talk about... We're going to talk about Dream Daddy.
Dream Daddy.
We are going to play Dream Daddy for our next game club.
Woo. They won the vote.
Yeah. Like by a wide margin.
Yeah, go figure.
Yeah, go figure.
It actually got pretty close towards the end.
Until dawn.
Until dawn, I made a little bit of a comeback. I'm trying really hard to not look over at Robbie's notebook
How come?
because I don't want to have another Mookie Moose episode.
Well, you're doing it now.
I know.
You're making it
I'm
one.
sorry. Ugh.
Anyways, Dream Daddy. Robbie, please close your notebook.
Hey, I'm keeping it professional. I'm not the problem here.
Okay.
Tell Matt to close his
I'm
eyes.
sorry.
You're
I'm sorry.
instigating. You're instigating
Tell
us.
Matt to close his eyes.
Listen, let's talk about Dream Daddy. So it's sort of like it's a text adventure, like they call it a dad dating simulator. I figured we'd talk about sort of the history and like what our expectations for the game are. What do you guys expect to get out of Dream Daddy?
A gay romp?
I mean, that's defo in the cards, yes.
Yeah. I had never heard of this game. When we were first talking about it was when we finished. Okay, what was that game called? Beyond. And we were looking at new games to play, and I was like on the PlayStation website, and it popped up as an ad on the very top of the screen. I was like, "What is that?" And I clicked on it. I was like, "This is it."
I want to say it was like October, November. What's that documentary series called? No Clip. They did a documentary on, and I had seen that, so I knew it had existed, but like
I started
I was like,
reading,
whatever.
and then I started looking at reviews of it. The reviews are incredible.
Yeah, I mean, it's sitting at a 72 on Metascore right now, which is, I mean, it's not bad. It's a decent game. Uh-oh. Pardon me?
That's our advertiser. I don't think they're going to appreciate.
Sorry. Apologies to Portal from Facebook. Yeah, so I mean, it's been like it's not bad. Its critical reception hasn't been bad.
The user reviews are what are really good. Like I've read a bunch of user reviews, just talking about like how special this game is.
I hope it's not all hype.
Oh, hype. Yeah, it's up there with Red Dead 2 for hype.
For Cowboy Adventures?
Yeah, yeah.
There's
Dope.
got to be a cowboy daddy.
God.
That's what they're all. Cowboy dad. Sorry.
That was the problem? Sorry.
God. Did you guys know that this is a game published and developed by the Game Grumps?
Yes.
Really
I did not know that.
I mean, just because I saw that documentary, but yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. It has origins from the Game Grumps, the YouTube channel. Someone,
That's cool.
Yeah. Someone made a joke about I want a dad dating simulator, and I guess they did it.
I'm curious for like the story, because like the story is you're a single father that moves into a neighborhood full of other single fathers. Are you in like a commune where there's just single dads?
There are several dads that you can meet to romance, and they all have names. The names are listed here on the Wikipedia. You can date Matt Sella, or you can date Craig Kahn, or Hugo Vega. Spoiler alert, I'm going after Hugo Vega.
Me
That is a
too.
good, strong name. Brian Harding.
Hugo Vega. I bet that's Goth Dad.
Goth Daddy. Hugo?
Hugo Vega. Just sounds like a goth dad.
Well, no. Tell me who you think the goth that is after I read this next
Okay.
name.
Dracula.
Damien Bloodmarch.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Okay, that's goth dad. Hugo might be bad dad then.
Ooh, bad dad. Robert Small. Joseph Christensen. The last one really kind of stands out to me.
But what is it? Robert Small?
Yeah.
I bet he has a great personality.
But there's like
I was just saying.
There's,
I don't know
like,
why you
teacher-
guys so
there's teacher dad, bad dad. I don't know how many.
bad dad.
I don't know
It's
how.
all
There's a
kids,
bunch of dads
It's all
though.
kids playing with the plastic bag in the pool.
He's a shitty dad. Do you think they're all like good dads though? Like,
I'm sure they wouldn't give you. They wouldn't give you like a
No.
alcoholic father that
No,
beats
I,
their child.
I don't think so. Like, what would be the point of
I don't know.
being thrown a bunch of perfect people?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, okay, yeah, but I don't think they're gonna have like an abusive dad.
Why not?
I hope not.
Matthew, I don't know what rose-colored lenses you see the world in, but
I don't want to play Dream Daddy and deal with abusive fathers.
then don't play Dream Daddy.
Oh no.
Oh my god. So, what are you guys kind of expecting out of Dream Daddy?
I think just like a fun choose your own adventure type game.
Yeah.
Are you hoping to like maybe get anything out of it at all, or just sort of what do you
Honestly-
Confirm that I'm not gay.
what if you play it and find out that you are though?
Well,
What if I find out I
It'd
am?
be a neat
oh
origin,
no!
it'd be a neat origin story.
it'd be a neat gay origin.
I'm honestly going in with zero expectations. I've been looking since we decided that we're going to play this, or since you decided we're going to play this. I don't know. I've been looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I'm going with low expectations, and I'm just excited.
I don't remember the last time I've played a game that will have the gameplay like this one has.
No, yeah,
So
especially on console.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kinda
I wish it was on
super
Switch.
upset. Yeah, like
This would be a fun game to
I
play.
feel,
been-
it
I've
feels
been
like
on
it
the go.
needs to be on
I've
Switch.
been
I'm so-
I've been watching their their message board and stuff, and that's all anyone's asking about is when is the Switch port coming. I was hoping we'd get one before we started because I prefer to play it on the Switch, but whatever. Whatever. I didn't like that.
Are you disappointed we're not playing Until Dawn or
Man, we'll play it eventually.
We'll get to it. Because I feel like we should play all of those. Because every game got a vote that we had up there. Mm-hmm. So we had Until Dawn, Madden, Dream Daddy, and
Golf Story?
Golf Story, and they all got votes. And they all got more than they all got at least I think 5 votes.
I thought of another one too. The career mode of WWE.
That'd be
That'd
good.
be fun.
That's a good one.
I really am excited for this one though. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. There's a daddy creator system. So should we create ourselves?
I mean,
or each other?
Or just
Would that be
create,
weird?
create the daddy you want to be.
Would it be weird to play a dating simulator as a daddy designed to mimic each other?
I mean, I will not do that. So my dad's gonna be strong.
Insensitive?
No,
Is he
I'm
gonna be
thinking
your-
of his name.
Is he going to be your character from Red Dead?
His name is
Mexican Hercules?
Mexican Hercules. It's gonna be strong.
That's just his name.
Strong Thurmond?
No, strong.
Strong Thurmond.
Strong from Fallout 4.
There it is. Oh, nice.
You know, the super mutant.
Is that
We'll
a real
see.
character?
Yeah.
Oh.
We'll see we'll see which one of these daddies is really looking for the inner me.
So I'm curious, we haven't played it yet. Are you guys looking for like a relationship or just a fling? Is there not like
I don't
I guess
know.
I don't
I'm not
know
sure.
anything about this game.
I don't know. The plot is it follows a lonely single father who has just moved to Maple Bay with his daughter Amanda. So it sounds to me like he wants to settle down, right? Because he's got a daughter and
Or maybe he's recently divorced or widowed.
we don't know the backstory. Yeah. Most of the fathers are single, and the player has the option of romancing them.
Are you still a widow if your husband, like if you're in a gay marriage and your husband dies,
Well, I think widow is for women. I think there's a term
so
for
you just
men.
be a widower, right?
Widower, I think I've heard.
Is widower not like the...
Widower is when when your wife dies. But I don't know if
I don't know.
it's, I don't know if it's your wife or like
It's a good question.
your partner.
Sheila and I just watched Love Actually, and Liam Neeson's character, his wife had recently died, and I think they called him a widower.
Yeah,
Yeah,
widower
a
is
widower
just a
is
man
when-
who has lost his spouse by
Yeah.
death and is not remarried.
Oh, by spouse.
It's just his spouse. So it's not
Well,
not
sure.
gender specific.
Right. So we're widow. Well, we don't know if we're widowers, I guess.
Yeah.
Boy, this is.
I also like the idea that are you implying that we were in a straight relationship before moving to Dadsville, and now we're going gay?
No?
Oh,
Why?
I don't know. Your wording made it sound like that.
No,
But,
I was just saying that term is not gender specific.
No, I know. I was talking before that.
Oh.
I just looked at Robbie's notebook.
Well, I mean, you do have a daughter.
True.
It could be
but,
it could be adoptive daughter.
Yeah.
I mean, and you still could. I mean, I'm pretty sure a gay guy could still have a child.
That's what I'm saying. You
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know what to expect from
No,
this game.
I don't
obviously.
either, and I'm just excited.
We're gonna date some daddies.
I think it's gonna be fun. What's gonna be our? How are we gonna? Never mind. I can't think about it. Say what I'm trying to.
Are you talking the format of the game club?
Because obviously with Beyond we had
I mean, we don't-
chapters to go through.
We don't know.
we don't know how it's broken up
Yeah.
yet.
Right.
This could be just like a 2-episode long game club,
Yeah.
or 1-episode long game club.
Yeah, I don't think it's a heavy game.
It's not very
No,
long.
I doubt
Yeah,
it.
it's like 5-6 hours maybe.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll see. We'll try to figure out how to break it up, but we won't. No,
What's that?
I can't. Just you got to close
We
that
won't-
notebook.
We won't be what?
Is it a guitar?
Listen, we're out of time. Do you guys have anything to add? This is our first episode. No,
this is our
last episode of 2018.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say to 2018 before we?
It's been a good year for good enough.
Happy 2019.
It's been a good year.
video games.
Like this is the
Watch
first.
Spider-Man.
This is the first year we've ever consistently posted episodes. Mm-hmm. All year long.
Well, starting in like what, February, March?
Yeah. Wow, it's good. Couldn't let it happen, huh?
And
I mean, you can go back and find out.
it'll be
I'm just.
it'll have already happened, but everyone should watch the John Jones fight, especially because of Amanda Nunes going in to fight Chris Cyborg. That is going to be. Oh man, I really hope it's a good fight. I think Amanda Nunes is the only woman who could give Chris Cyborg a run for her money.
I don't know enough about.
Again, this will all have happened 2 days ago, but
We have to stop. I can't.
I really hope you all watch that.
Unless
fight.
Robbie closes his notebook, I cannot continue.
Now we're at the end, anyways. God damn it, Robbie. Okay, look,
My God.
I'm not gonna.
I wish we could post this.
No, we're
but
not.
It cannot see
He's
the light
drawing a
of day.
disgusting, filthy picture. Anyways, thank you so much for listening to Good Enough this year. We look forward to 2019. Hopefully, it's another big year for us.
Yes,
Matt, thanks for joining us.
of course.
Robbie, no thanks to you. I'm going to ignore you for the rest of this.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And thank you so much.
Be safe.
We will talk to you next week with more Good Enough.
Next year. Yeah, I did it.